Okay, so at the end of this video, I will show her. Today is December 2nd. December 2nd. So in 2 days, she'll be 3 weeks. Boom. So, going to my, let's start from the beginning. So yeah, I didn't have any complications with my pregnancy whatsoever, thank God. She was born 5 days early. My due date was November 18th and November 13th. So I was induced by choice. I know I don't want to hear, oh, that's not good, whatever. It happened, and I don't regret it. 36 weeks, I went to my doctor's appointments. That's when I started going every week. Basically, the doctor that always was with me, always checked me or whatever. He rubbed me the wrong way. So I knew I did not want him to deliver my child no longer. And then 37 and 38, I had this other doctor. It would have been nice if he could have delivered because he was more understanding. So basically at my 38 week appointment, he was like, no baby. I'm like, no. He was like, have you thought about induction? And I was like, no. But I knew I want her to come that next week. Like, that's always in my head because I'm like, oh, Thanksgiving is coming up, you know. So I always, like, even before, like, when I knew I was having her, when I knew that I was pregnant, I was like, I want to have her that week before so I could be out of the hospital by Thanksgiving. Because my first due date was the 21st, so it was close. And then they changed it to the 18th. We're going to set you up with a date. You don't have to come. It's just there, you know. You can cancel it. So I decided to, you know, go with the date. And they said it was going to be the 13th. And I decided to go with a whole different doctor that I never ever, like, I've seen him, but I've never talked to him, never spoke with him. I decided to, you know, go off my gut. And I'm so glad I did. He was the best doctor ever. So I called at 5 a.m. and they told me to come in at 7:15. So I had 2 hours. Well, we basically had everything together, but we had 2 hours to get out the house. We get to the hospital at 7:15. It was no time. Of course, I skipped triage because I was getting induced. So they put me right into my labor and delivery room like this, like quick, like. And then I waited because they said it was so many people delivering that same day. And then we sat in the room for like an hour and 15 minutes because they didn't get everything started until 8:30. It took them 3 times to get my IV right because, girl, because everybody, like my doctor's office and everywhere, they say that, girl, your veins are small and it's kind of hard to get to or whatever. So they had to stick me 3 times to find the right spot. And then they had my name or something wrong in the system, so they had to draw blood more than once. It was horrible. I already ate sticks. But yeah, so once they got that done, then my doctor came in and, you know, he was checking me and he was like, you haven't been having contractions? And I'm like, no. Like, I've been having these little pains in my vagina, but it wasn't enough to be like, okay, I gotta go to the hospital. And he's like, you a solid 5. I feel like he was like, you a 5. You halfway there. So I'm like, what? My mom, everybody's like, what? Like, a 5? I did not think that. I knew the last, my last appointment at 28 weeks. Okay, I went down at 29 and 2 days. Duh, I had 5 days early. But at my 38-week appointment, I was 2 centimeters. So I was in between there, I became, I went up 3 centimeters. While he was checking me, actually, he broke my water. So yeah, my doctor had to break my water. Then they put me on Pitocin. So I didn't need anything to like thin me out or to get, you know, all I needed was the Pitocin. And really, I didn't had to have that. But being that I was being induced, they gave me Pitocin to stop my labor because I wasn't having contractions or anything. But once they started that Pitocin, well, once they broke my water, I think they had the Pitocin going. Did they have? I don't know. But once they broke my water, the contractions was hitting. And they started Pitocin at a 6. And by the end of it, I was at a 14. So I didn't go up too much. And they went up by 2 every 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, they would go 8. 15 minutes, they would go 10. Boom. Okay. So as they was going up on Pitocin, they was hitting. They was like 7 minutes apart, and they got closer and closer and closer. And I personally feel like I had back labor because I just felt it really bad in my butt and in my back. I kept saying I had to poop. And they're like, you do not have to poop. It's the baby. My aunt actually calls my daughter Poop. She was like, how Poop's doing? Because I kept saying, I gotta poop. I gotta poop. They're like, no, you don't have to poop. This is just the baby coming down. So yeah. Then at this time, my aunt and my grandma came. They came to like help me, to come see me while I'm in labor. About an hour or so. Keep in mind, I started everything at 8:30. She came back, and because I kept saying I had to poop, she came back, she checked me. I was 6.5 centimeters. That's when everything was hitting like this. Oh, when I tell you, it felt like every 2 minutes or so, a contraction was coming at 6.5. Yeah, I wanted it, and I wanted the epidural, and my mom wanted it so bad for me. She wanted me to go natural so bad, and I wanted to do it so bad for her and for myself, but mainly for her. And I think that's the reason why I was so close to getting it. So she was like, you got it. Yeah, like, I was hot, I was cold, like they kept turning up and down the thermostat. My mom was like, you're doing good. I'm like, I do not want to hear that no more. Like, I was done at 6.5 centimeters. But, so then my mom was like, because the nurse told me in the beginning, she said, if you need it, you can get IV meds before 7 centimeters. You can't get it after 7 centimeters. Yes, 7 centimeters, because the baby will come out sleepy. So being that I'm 6.5, my mom was like, oh yeah, call the nurse. You might can get IV meds. I'm like, okay, yeah. See. So my mom called the nurse. She's like, well, being that you was at 6.5, last time I check you, I have to check you again to make sure you're not at 7. Yeah, I was at like 8.5. I was at 8.5 at that point. Oh my goodness. I wanted to cry. Actually, I think I did start crying there because one, I was overwhelmed because I was moving so fast. Like at this point, 8.5 is like 12 something, and at this point it's like bad. At this point I'm like, I got to go. I have to push. And 8.5 centimeters, she already called people to start setting up my room. Thank goodness. After that, she leave out, and like 10 to 15 minutes later, I'm like, yo, I have to push. I have to get this poop out of me, because that's what it felt like, a huge dump. And so she comes back in and she's like, well, let's check you. Don't push, let's check you. And y'all, while one hand was still inside of me, she pressed, with her other hand, she pressed on the side of the bed, there's a nurse button. She pressed the nurse button, and she's calling the doctor like, look, we need you in this room. She's a 10. Yeah, that's when I really cried. I'm like, I'm a 10. And my aunt and my grandma is in the room. They just came for support. They didn't think they was going to see a baby. She was born at 1:16 p.m. For 4 hours and 45 minutes of labor. Started at a 5. Of course, ended at a 10. So my labor was pretty quick and easy. She was 6'5", 6 pounds 5 ounces, 19.5 inches long. Everybody was shocked. My doctor was like, yeah, you did that. So I'm gonna show you her. My sweet pea. my lovely. So, yeah, if you have any questions that I may have not said, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, because we about to start posting, honey.